Multiple people had to live through
Multiple
that,
people
yes.
had to live through it. Yes.
Gonna sell my blood to pay for this person.
Anyway, got the music up.
That's great. I love picking the right file first, and then just go like, maybe this isn't it.
Yep, going through a bit of a particular kind of mood with this.
Oh please, I'm tired enough already.
But in any case, previously, your characters had managed to make your way into the heart of Githzerai civilization and meet with the being who is called Zerith Menyar Agith. Although the being has currently replaced the dead Gith and was actually the spirit of chaos and magic. After receiving his boons, you've returned back to your reality, and it is up to you how much time you wish to spend before tackling the ramparts of Mount Celestia.
It's gonna suck.
It'll be great.
It'll be fine.
6
Maybe
months sound good to everybody?
I'm fine with that.
Sure, I guess. Same as it ever was.
Yeah.
I think that's enough time for me to finish learning Yuan Ti, as long as Silky or some other teacher has some availability.
Sure. All right, and let me first say that there are some things that happened during this part, during this downtime.
Okay.
The most pressing would probably be that Viana is called to war.
Oh, by the Alliance?
Yes, the defensive alliance that you are a member of. One of its members calls it in.
Right? Well,
because there is a rising power in central Relgoth that is currently being supported by what seems to be an endless supply of undead.
well, that seems bad. And under different circumstances, this would probably be an adventure. But
Yes.
I guess we're at the point now where this is downtime.
Yes. Well, it's similar to Grenache from last time.
What was Grenache's thing last time?
That there was a growing tribe of goblins worshipping the worm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's go deal with that then. Guess we haven't really discussed Viana's military.
Well, you are flush. Let me just say this: you are flush with cash, and Relgoth is flush with mercenaries.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I assume that Viana probably mostly uses mercenaries because it is a wealthy city-state. So yeah, I guess we hire some mercenaries, and well, it might interfere with her doing other things, but I feel like Aurelia at this point, given that she is literally one of the most powerful people in the world, in combat or whatever, should probably personally go. I guess she'll invite any of you guys who feel like it to come along if you want, but no pressure, obviously. Even though the state of Vienna does pay you and everything.
Listen, you made it volunteer, and Lake is choosing not to volunteer.
Yeah, all right. Lilly?
Fuck no.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not here to wage your wars.
Well, not really wage. I mean, it's defensive. Also, it's a Okay, well, Lily doesn't care about some necromancer. It's fine. Wait, what if it's the Lich?
It's not the Lich.
It's not the Lich.
But it could be.
No,
Yeah,
go
nope,
away.
Still not going to war. Still not going to war.
All right. Okay, maybe Grenache comes. I don't know. I guess we can ask TMOS later.
I mean,
All
Timos would 100% be gung-ho for fighting the undead, but...
Well, stuff happens to him during the
Yeah, it's fine.
months to execute. Actually, it turns out that the undead are just sort of spreading outward like a plague. There's so many of them. Like,
good.
You're told that it started out with a lot of old corpses and skeletons, but as villages and armies fall to the scourge, their bodies are also raised and become part of the menace. Some of them are transformed into upgraded undead, such as ghouls and ghasts and minor vampires.
Okay, well, that's also very bad. Also kind of sucks for all the people for whom this is the second time this has happened in the last few years.
Yeah.
Well, let's put a stop to that.
Mm-hmm. And what role do you play in strategic combat?
That's a good question, because, I mean, as much as Aurelia has a lot of experience ruling and a lot of experience fighting, she doesn't actually have that much experience as a commander of troops.
Mhm.
I'm sure she has some theoretical knowledge. She's probably studied it and everything, but I wouldn't want her to take the role away if there's a more experienced commander, either in Viana or among the allied states. So she's happy to be part of the command structure and to have a go at commanding troops, but she's not going to try to steal the show if there's someone who seems better equipped.
All right. And there are certainly leaders among the other defensive nations that are better qualified in that respect.
I suppose Aurelia could volunteer to lead if there are any special missions that need sort of elite soldiers. She'd probably be
Spec
pretty
Ops
qualified.
Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean, she would. I mean, look, she would actually be very qualified to do that.
Mm-hmm.
As a seasoned adventurer and
Aurelia Team 6.
very capable bard. So she might, if there's need for that, she'd certainly volunteer.
Time for some political assassinations.
Hooray!
But otherwise, yeah, she's happy to be a team player.
All right. Well, in your capacity as basically the Spec Ops commander, the news does come to you first that the undead seem to be coming from a single source, from a powerful magical artifact that quickly and easily converts the dead into the undead.
Okay.
And from what you hear, it is called the Cauldron of Orcus.
Does this cauldron
Alright.
happen to be black?
I was say I love the Black Cauldron. Fucking read those books as a kid.
Yeah, they're really good, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm more focused on the Orcus part than the Cauldron part, but you guys go off.
I will say it is a reference,
Okay.
both to the book series and to the legend on which it was based.
All right. Well, sounds like this is a good time to. Well, I guess first we should figure out how do we stop it from doing that. Is it someone controlling it and using it to do that, or is it like just doing it on its own through sheer magical power.
Well, you
Like-
do need to put a body inside the cauldron for it to animate.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
so there's like a whole
it's
assembly
not
line
just-
going on here.
Yeah, it's not just floating around like some evil Pac-Man, just glomping up the body.
Well, that's
going
well,
around her.
Bobbin, the way you said it, at first, I thought it was just sort of sitting somewhere, and like the evil energy was emanating out and raising the dead around it.
Behold the evil jacuzzi.
Which, admittedly, in retrospect, does seem like a weird way for a cauldron specifically to work. But you know, it's D&D. Like,
Just gonna vibe in the undead jacuzzi. You can't stop me.
okay, so someone is shoving bodies into the cauldron, and they're coming out as zombies. Okay, that seems actually very inefficient if you're trying to do this on a mass scale. But fair enough. I guess
Well,
it's probably
like
a pretty big cauldron.
that, and the thing is that the body only needs to enter the cauldron to come back to life or to unlife. It's
Look.
not like most other things where there's this whole involved ritual.
Right. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
I'm
All right.
just
So
reminded of
do
fucking
we have
McGowan
a location on the cauldron, or is it moving around?
Oh, it moves around.
Yeah,
They
okay.
have to drag it to each village as they get slaughtered.
All right. Well, sounds like if we can pinpoint its location, hitting it like, well, I guess there's probably always gonna be lots of undead around it.
Yeah.
But
That's why I have a gold dragon, though.
Yeah, true. I mean, I feel like, yeah, if this all depends on the cauldron, then we just strike hard, strike fast, hit the cauldron, kill whoever's using it, or re-kill if they're already undead. I don't know, and then take it and possibly destroy it, or possibly hold on to it in a very, very safe place.
Take the hammer to it.
Well, that is a bit of an issue, actually,
Mhm.
because a Lich's phylactery is on the sort of strength level of artifacts, but it's not a real artifact. And one of the things about real artifacts is that there is exactly one way to permanently destroy them. And it isn't necessarily get an artifact and hit it hard enough.
Gotta go punch Orcus in the dick. Tell me your secrets, motherfucker.
Wait, so what is the? Sorry, you mean each artifact has its own special way of destroying it, or there's one way
Yes.
that destroys all artifacts? Oh, okay.
First one.
Okay. Well, I do have an alternative strategy if we can't destroy it.
Drop it in the ocean.
Wish lets me cast a demiplane, which lets me create a demiplane that basically only I can access. So, fairly safe.
Drop it in the ocean.
Well, no, that seems bad because we've literally
There are
been
a
in the
lot-
ocean. There are people down there.
There are
Oh,
a lot of
disgusting.
different types of people down there.
There's fish people, and then there's different fish
Like, that
people, and then
just
there's
have to deal with
whale
dead
people.
fish. What kind of threat are dead fish really?
Okay, you're not here. You didn't come. You don't get to make suggestions.
Fish
The-
people, deep fish people, shark people, from a different plane, fish people.
I'm just
All right.
reminded
The
of
whole
like
thing.
old ass
So,
fortress.
between the fact, okay, so I can have a fire-breathing dragon. I also have the rod, which can really fuck up undead with the special feature that we got in that one adventure. So I feel like if Aurelia leads a strike force, she should be able to capture the cauldron, and then I don't know. I'm thinking the demiplane thing is the easiest way if we can't figure out how to destroy it.
Well, you do also have gods you can contact about that sort of thing.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the problem with like artifacts of specifically like gods or things powerful enough to be gods is that it doesn't really care about mortal magic. It will just do whatever the
Mhm.
fuck it wants.
Right.
Well, through divination, you are able to discern the nature of the the way to break the cauldron for good.
Okay.
And once again, this is a reference. A living person must willingly and knowingly enter the cauldron while aware of the fact that when the cauldron breaks, they will die and never be able to come back.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Just get like an old person, shove them in there.
No, it has to be willing.
It has to be willing. So, fortunately, the evil option is not actually an option.
Yeah. And incidentally, that does kill them, though. Like shoving someone unwillingly into the cauldron. It doesn't break the cauldron, but it does kill the person. So
I didn't mean shove them in unwillingly. I'm just saying.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just making sure you understand. This cauldron
Yes.
is as evil as possible.
Right.
I mean, you could
All right,
probably convince an
Oh
older
boy,
You could probably
If
convince an
we
older
can-
paladin to climb in.
If we can find someone who is willing to make that sacrifice, possibly someone who's already old and isn't going to want to be resurrected anyway, because their soul doesn't get destroyed, right? Like they can go to whatever afterlife is waiting for them.
Prognosis is unclear. Try again later.
Ugh, that's fucked up. Come on. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna make someone do that. I mean, I can't make someone do it anyway because it has to be willingly.
Yeah.
But I'll just hide it in a demiplane.
I mean, I'm sure there's more enough paladins out there willing to give themselves for the cause.
Like that's exactly what I said. Find an older paladin. He'll be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but
Well,
if it's the paladin,
In
Yeah.
the third reference to the book, there is this one guy who's all bluster and fame and was initially the person chosen to lead the campaign against the undead, but turned out to be nothing but talk. And in a single move of righteous redemption, he is the one to climb into the cauldron while everyone else is debating over what to do with it.
Huh. Okay, well. Cool. I hope that he got to go to the afterlife.
Look, zealots make for good sacrifices is all I'm saying.
Well, that was a kind of a downer ending.
Yeah. That's...
All right, but it's good and destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a kind of a downer ending in the book too.
Yeah.
I
In
read the book.
the animated adaptation, the little critter crawls into it and then dies, and then the witches immediately bring him back to life. So there's absolutely no stakes at all.
To be fair, the animated adaptation's a hot mess.
It is.
I'm really glad that I'm the one who got this adventure when I'm the only person here who has no way of appreciating these references. I don't think I'd even heard of this.
Yeah. Well, it was also kind of hindered by the fact that they tried adapting 2 books at once.
Yeah.
Was it more than 2?
And probably more. There's probably references
The
to the
entire
others.
series was like several books.
It was
long.
like 5.
Is
Yeah.
the cauldron based on the I forget what it's called, the famous cauldron in like Celtic mythology or whatever?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely. The entire book series is full of references to Celtic mythology.
Okay. Well, then I am a little bit familiar with it then, because I did read the Warlord Chronicles by Bernard Cornwell, which
one of the main characters is named Llewellyn, for God's sake.
yeah. Which I don't know if any of you guys have read those, but they're interesting take on like King Arthur stuff.
I
And
don't read.
Merlin is a cool jerk in them, and who is obsessed with trying to revive the old gods by using a ritual with the 13 treasures of Britain, one of which, the most important of which, is the cauldron.
Ah.
See, all of my Arthurian knowledge comes from Fate, and that is infinitely worse. Let me tell you what my favorite tool, the Rongo Miniad. But moving on.
Yes. So cool. Adventure successful.
Yeah. Worth
Did-
noting that once the cauldron breaks, the undead are no longer under the command of the master of the cauldron. And so they quickly end up massacring the home country of the person who made the bargain with Orcus to get the cauldron.
Well, I hope they deserved it.
I mean, they used a cauldron to raise an army
well,
of the
yeah,
dead.
I'm guessing
so
that not everyone in the country was in on it. That's sort of not how these things work. But
Well, it sucks to
but
be them.
that is just
did we get the guy who did it?
oh yeah. Whole
Okay,
undead
good.
bodyguard situation, real mess afterwards.
Oh, I was hoping I would get to kill him, but fair enough. All right. So,
Oh no, irony killed him.
that's fair. That is how it tends to work.
Like a true Disney villain.
All right. So, what's going to happen to this country now that it's extremely fucked up, and also all its neighbors?
Well, cleaning up the undead is much easier than cleaning up all of the worm zombies. Much easier than cleaning up all of the worm zombies from last time. These guys are slower, fewer hit points, easier to burn, entirely mindless, and don't infect people with themselves.
Right. Okay. Well, as long as we get all the people who were in on it, at least all the ones who didn't get got by the zombies, I think that in the spirit of friendship and generosity, Aurelia will probably try to assist with what remains of the kingdom, as well as obviously the places that they invaded and were victimized by them.
Yeah, the reconstruction process, and but incidentally, as spoils for the winner, the kingdom that was first attacked, that's part of the alliance, is the one who got the. They basically cede the aggressor kingdom, or annex them, I should say.
Right. All right. Well, that's a pretty good deal for them. But
Yeah.
I guess that land, they are part of the alliance, right? So.
Mm-hmm. And they were the only one who was with a contiguous border with the original nation.
All right. So, well, the alliance got stronger.
Delicious, delicious annexation.
Yep. As we all know, annexing your enemies is totally okay as long as they're the aggressor.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't backfire in any way.
Yeah, 100% above board.
Well, in this case, it actually probably will turn out better than usual because all of the nobles died.
True. Death to nobility.
All right. Well,
Noblesse oblige this bitch.
that was a nice little adventure.
All right. Lilly,
Oh boy.
you get an invitation in the mail
Ah, god damn it, not again.
to Tiny and Ethel's wedding party.
Oh, Jesus.
Aww.
I'm so proud of them, actually.
Oh yeah. Wait. By the way, Bobbin, can we also do the thing I mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Just as a minor thing at the end. Okay.
Or not necessarily a minor thing. It's
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is just free.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, I just was saying, obviously, go through everybody's turn for the downtime first.
Just toss it in whenever you feel like it. But I will say that on the invitation, most of it is written in fine calligraphy. Apparently, they hired someone just to write it out. Aside from one sentence that was added to the bottom
Oh, Jesus.
in Tiny's handwriting, which says, "Lots of available adventurers in attendance."
Oh, I'm gonna throttle him.
You get the feeling that Marlia might have told him something.
I am going to destroy him. I almost choked him out the one time, so help me, I'll do it again if I need to. I will attend, though, because I owe him. And also, I'm happy for him, somehow. Despite all the bullshit.
Alright.
He's fucked me over, but he's loyal, and that's kinda sad.
Well, I will say that he has a fine wedding feast prepared.
Good.
As a former off-the-books adventurer, he amassed a fairly sizable portion, enough to get him into Okar's middle class. And for that matter, a lot of old faces that you haven't seen in years are there at the feast as well. Just fellows, contacts, fellow off-the-books adventurers, a few on-the-books adventurers with who are willing to take side jobs. Just
I'm going to destroy that spread.
You just have like 5 shrimp in your mouth when somebody's talking to you.
At a minimum.
yeah. And none of the adventurers come up to you and actively try and start hitting on you, but you do see Tiny give you a couple concerned looks from across the party when he's greeting other guests.
I just stare daggers at him. I've moved. No, it's fine. I stare daggers at him while shoving food into my face, I might add. It's not terribly threatening, actually.
That's Lily's mouth.
Exactly. Just imagine someone staring at you from across the reception, food full, face full of like fucking cocktails.
There's like a shrimp hanging from like your chin.
Just giving you the nastiest look they can while also just fucking squirrel cheeks. God damn it.
But eventually, the time comes for him to sort of start mingling around the party, and when he comes around to you at the buffet table, he says, "Well, hi there, Lily. How are you doing these days?" "Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hope you're doing well with that whole saving the world business."
Lily just starts nodding violently.
Yeah, I thought, aside from letting you meet my lovely new wife, it might be good for you to get around, meet new people, see some old friends again.
Just immediately very loudly swallow the food. Look. You and your wife are lovely and I am happy for you, but I am not here to get laid. I'm sorry, I've moved on. It's okay.
All right. That's well, that's fine. Like I said, just meeting new people, it's a fine thing to do.
I saw the note. I don't trust you. Happy for you. I'm glad I'm here and the food is delicious. But I don't trust you. That's all that needs to be said, really. So really, I've got enough on my plate. At the moment, anyway. Lily says, eyeing her plate full of food.
All right. Well, just make sure you don't get yourself a stomach ache. Do something you'd regret tomorrow morning.
No, it's you're there's a strong temptation to choke you at your own wedding reception. It's just tempting.
Now, come on, Lily. You know my neck's a giant big slab of meat.
Yeah, in my
Trying to
hands
get
they're
you kinda-
strong. It's fine, I also play dirty.
I just remember last time you choked me out. Well, I had to just ask you to sit down and stop after about half an hour.
Look, it's not about the effectiveness, it's about intent, alright?
Yeah, I know. That's why I let you do it. I kind of deserved it at the time.
Which time?
Well, I think you were being unfair the second time, but most of the others, yeah.
You know what you fucking did. You're lucky that you've got a lovely wife to clean up your messes now. I don't know what you did to deserve her, but I sure haven't fucking seen it.
Oh, hey there. You must be Lily.
Yes, that is me. She says before shoving more shrimp in her face.
Well, Hogarth here's told me all about you.
Wait, his name's Hogarth?
Smiles awkwardly, turns his head.
I didn't know he had an actual name.
Well, of course he's got an actual name. He's got an actual mother. Don't know any mother around here to call their little child Tiny, especially that big hunk of meat there.
Oh my god. Look, I'm just saying, I've met people, alright? Also, seriously, Hogarth?
I think there
Man,
was 3 of them in my village.
I'm gonna lord this over him.
Killed.
Yeah, don't need to choke him now. So you looked lovely. I'm glad you're happy. How's the wedding been?
Oh, it's been everything I could ever dream of. Hoagie here's been so accommodating. Well, he went and told me that he's got money, but no idea how to plan a proper wedding, so he left it all to me.
Yeah, that sounds immensely like him, actually. He's never been good at planning.
Yeah, I heard some of the stories from some of the other folks around here. A few that Hoagie here consider a little too embarrassing to tell his wife, but I don't mind. I love hearing about what he did back in the good old days.
He's just lucky he's good at what he does. That's all I'm saying.
He sure is.
No, please, I don't need to hear about that. It's the last thing I need to think about ever.
Come on. Yeah, come on, Ethel. Best talk to some of the other guests now. See you around, Lily.
Later, Hogarth.
Good luck in your future endeavors. And I do mean that.
Thank you. Thank you. And good luck with your wife. She's too good for you.
He doesn't say anything, but his eyes widen and he nods his head.
Hogarth. It's just food, lovely conversation, Hogarth. What a day. Of course, Lilly will mingle,
Mhm.
not
Like I
for the
said,
reason Hogarth wants, but
yeah, but yeah, there are a lot of old faces. Some you left on good terms, some you screwed over before
it's just how it
darting
is.
away.
Look, that's just how it be on this bitch of an earth.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
but
bitch of a mint.
and but in this place, hatchets are buried,
On
however
this, the day of my
temporarily.
friend's wedding.
Yes, essentially.
The one time. Lily's
like
still in awe.
and like most adventurer gatherings, there are also a couple brooding.
I'm sorry, what? A couple brooding what?
Wallflowers.
Oh, okay. You got slightly robot-y. Slightly.
They don't seem like they're actually here to enjoy themselves. They aren't picking at the food. They aren't going for any drinks, but for some reason they're here anyway.
It's about respect. And knowing that somehow, someway you owe this man, despite his
Mhm.
best efforts. Some fucking how.
Well, based on the stories that get traded, some of your colleagues are more certain than others. He's actually he's bad at timing in terms of the mood, but he's great at timing in terms of leaping in just when someone's about to die.
Just a really bizarre knack for it, actually.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, unless you've got something specific, that was the extent of the event.
No, there's a temptation to steal gifts, but I'll avoid it. For now.
Listen, there's at least 3 blenders in there. You can grab one.
I don't need a new food processor, damn it.
And I will say that he does have some professional eyes watching the gift table.
Like that'd stop me.
If anything, it would encourage you more.
Look, this one time I will respect him though. This one time. But yes, it's been a lovely wedding. It's time to leave. I will not stand by as Hogarth tries to play matchmaker.
Yeah, well, like I said, the extent of his matchmaking attempts were just one extra line scrawled on the invitation.
Okay, that's fine. No. Lily's just gonna eat food and schmooze. It's fine. Enjoy the moment. Not actually address the fact that she didn't bring a gift. So she's just gonna swap labels on one of the gifts.
Oh my god.
Gonna respect him, just not necessarily the other party guests.
Exactly. Particularly with someone I don't like.
Oh yeah, there are a few people you screwed over for what at the very least seemed like a good reason at the time.
It was a good reason. It's always a good reason. I don't make mistakes.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's it. Just have a lovely time with a coworker.
All right. Visk, did you want to do the thing now?
Yes, sure. If Kalen doesn't mind waiting
Yeah,
a bit.
no, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So when Aurelia has the opportunity, she's going to try to get in touch with well, I think the plan was to first get in touch with what was her name, Solaria or whatever, the Solara.
Solara, Lady Solara.
Yeah, and get her to see if she can help find the pirate captain and
Jesus Christ.
set up a date for Lilly.
Well, if you want to contact the pirate captain, you can just hire a mage to cast sending.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know her name, so I guess I could just do that. Okay.
It's all the information you need.
Okay, yeah, I'll get... I mean, technically, I can cast sending. I just have to use a 9th level spell to do it.
I mean, what else are you using those 9th level spell slots for during downtime anyway? Who gives a shit?
No, I just love the idea of Burning Wish, one of the most powerful spells, just to cast sending.
Yeah, well, one way or another, she will send a message to the pirate captain. 25
Corindra.
words, right? Corindra.
I still love that Wish doesn't require any fucking materials.
Yeah, it's great.
Mhm.
Makes simulacrum kind of broken. Yeah, so I don't know the exact message, but it's something to the effect of for once Aurelia will not use her full title for something because it does kind of constrain the message a lot.
To like
Goodbye,
forwards.
half the fucking message.
It'll be like, it's Aurelia from the race. Do you want to go on a date with my goblin friend?
All right.
That's about it. I don't know. I should probably make it a little better, but I don't want to spend time thinking about the exact 25 words she'd use, so.
Just how do I sell my goblin friend to this space pirate? Just whip out the resume.
Well, the response you get is, well, we're still in the sphere. Can't promise a date. Wouldn't mind meeting her again. Be over in a few.
Good enough. Wait, does she know where we live?
You only told her like 7 times throughout the course of us knowing her.
Fine, I'm sure she's got a diviner on board.
If nothing else, she didn't ask.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Aurelia will assume she has it handled, and tell people to look out for a, flying ship coming in.
Fucking goddamn
let her
space
know.
pirates.
I assume that spelljammers and such are still not exactly a common sight around here.
No.
It's fine, airships come and go from fucking Okar anyway. Just pretend. Also, it's a fucking space pirate. When would they ever give a shit?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's even thinking about Prime Directive stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, she does make an appearance. Takes the ship down right over the central square of town, and rappels down from a rope.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I love her.
I mean, I can respect making an entrance.
This woman knows no fucking chill.
All right, Aurelia will head down to greet her and explain the situation a little more. Not that she probably needs much explanation.
So happy Lilly isn't there because she would be fucking mortified.
Yeah, so Aurelia's gonna, well, I mean, she'll hear what the captain has to say first, but basically she's gonna say, my friend, she's going through a tough time. I think she has a bit of a crush on you,
Hey, well, she wouldn't be the only one.
Damn.
Yeah, no, for sure.
She wouldn't be the only one in this part, by the way.
Aurelia kind of, looks at her horns again. Very, very nice horns. Anyway. Yeah, so I was just thinking, set up a little date, see where it goes. No pressure, obviously. But she really needs to get back into the dating game. She kind of spent a little too long pining after someone who, what wasn't interested in her that way. And so I'm just trying to help her get back on the game. Really, no pressure. I'm not asking you to marry her or anything. Just maybe show her a good time.
Well, if you want me to lay her down, I'd be happy to.
Well, I mean, maybe start with just dinner and see where it goes. Like I don't want to promise anything here. I'm just setting things up. Up to you how far you guys want to go.
I think I know just how to do that. I think I can handle this one.
All right, I will leave it to you then, and pray that this doesn't go really badly somehow. Aurelia does not say the last part out loud.
All right. Meanwhile, Lilly, you saw a fairly familiar-looking space pirate ship float down out of the sky towards the main part of the city. So, without knowing why she was summoned, what do you do?
I'm going to go see what the fuck's going on, but also I'm going to hide, because what the fuck is going on?
Well, by the time you get there, you see a bunch of pirates have rappelled down out of the sky. They are flashing their coin, demanding the best accommodations and drinks in town. And in Merchant Haven, everyone is all smiles and guiding them towards the tourist traps.
What the fuck? What is even happening?
I like to imagine that Aurelia is like perched behind a convenient, banister or something, watching.
Oh, he's just staring incredibly confused right now. What the fuck is happening? And I can understand them taking it in stride, but just a bunch of fucking pirates rappelled down in the middle of the city.
Well, I mean, these days it's not that weird. Look, when you've been surprised by zombie hordes twice in a couple of years, and being surprised by friendly pirates wanting to give you money is probably not a change.
We went to hell and killed a lich. How is this weird?
I got blessed by the devil.
And, well, again, though, these are familiar pirates.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get that. It's just weirding Lilly the hell out. Because it's just out of nowhere. So they've never come here before. This is apropos fucking nothing.
All right, and
Lily's gonna go in for a closer look now. Need to know what's going on.
So, it's at about that time when your curiosity gets the better of your prudence.
Yeah, that's a kind of way of putting it.
That just sort of a shadow falls over you in your hiding space. You turn around, there's Captain Corindra herself, hand on her hip, other hand resting on the pommel of her sword.
Holy fucking shit, where the hell did you come from?
In the sky. My boys were in need of a good rest, and I happen to remember that me and the fine lass in charge of this place parted on decent enough terms. So how about you? You're the one named Lilly, yeah?
Yes. Also, it sounds like a crock of shit, but okay.
Hey, fancy a shag?
What? I'm sorry?
God damn it.
wish Link was there so that way they could die laughing.
I'm fucking sorry.
I like to imagine Aurelia is watching from a distance but can't actually hear what's being said. It's like, oh yes, she's asking her out. Perfect.
What did you just
Aye.
fucking say?
Well, I like my ladies in all shapes and sizes and colors, and I happen to have a fancy for you. So what do you
First,
say?
bold of you to think me so easy.
Well, I wouldn't think any worse of you if you were.
It's not about what you think, it's about what I think.
All right. What do you say?
I'm not gonna lay down with the first pirate I fucking see.
All right.
You're a lovely lady, but I don't work that way. At least,
You want to get to know me better?
yeah, actually, whining and dining is very important,
All right.
believe it or not. Lilly, for all her bluster, actually very pure at heart. But only with these things. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% correct. Which is the problem.
All right. And for the record, once you state your preferences, she does reel it back. And you don't hear a word about sex for the rest of the evening as she basically asks you for the best places for food and drink in town. Talks about her time in space, all of the incredible exploits she's had, the incredible sights she's seen, the strange and curious people she's met, the rather interesting way that magic itself changes depending on what sphere you're in.
Man, space sounds really cool. Space is actually pretty alright.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, I'll start telling her about stories. Also, the recent stories about the planes hopping. And if possible, I'd like to take out the chunk of the dead god and show it to her. I keep everything the whole.
A fine piece. You know, I'm a bit of a collector myself.
Oh. Also, don't mind the red dragon head in there. That's it's for me.
Collector of all sorts, I see.
Look, once you get your first dragon head, it's an addiction that don't stop.
I gotta collect them all.
I hope you don't think me too forward for saying this, but my collection happens to be in my private quarters up on the ship. And I can promise you that nothing will happen there unless it's something you want.
Okay. I'm interested. As someone who collects many a bauble, let me tell you, there's a museum you should fucking visit. Just fond memories of the fucking absolute gods and gods of shit she sent her parents.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get...
They're charging people to see it.
Do need to see a taxidermist about that head, though.
Yeah, time does not stop in the
hole.
hole.
Yeah.
When you said red dragon head, I assume you mean blue dragon head, right?
It was blue dragon head, that's right. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, because if you still have the red one in there, that's a problem by now.
No, I've actually been hunting dragons in my off time, you see.
Okay.
Well, just ask Silky, she'll set you
Yeah.
up.
It's not the same if you don't carve. Yeah, it's. I'm just reminded of a friend of mine, really quick, in his campaign. Him and his buddies stuffed a dead horse in a portable hole, and then forgot about it for years.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh God, that's so much worse.
But yes, moving on. I want to see this private collection
Show
as
me
a
your
fancier
private
of shitty
collection.
baubles.
All right, and well, yeah, she's got her selection is sort of modest and small in terms of like the objects themselves, but she has a story that attached to each and every one. A place she's been, someone she met that she wanted to remember, so she took one of their belongings.
Consensually?
Sometimes.
She's a pirate. She's a fucking pirate.
It was, getting consent for
I mean-
stealing things was not always the first priority.
Sure, and I mean, to be fair, I doubt it would bother Lilly very much.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, she is fully honest about how she got the various items as well.
No, that's fine. That's great. Once again, there's a museum. I should take you to visit. I should show you my parents' place. It's speaking of places full of things with memories attached to them.
First
Are your
date
parents on
party.
this planet?
Yes.
Well, let's go.
Okay. Sure.
First date, and you're already taking her to meet your
This
parents.
isn't gonna get weird. Need to show her though this vast collection of garbage
Hey,
that Lily has amassed.
Look at it this way. At least your mom won't hit on this one.
Amazing, I know. God damn.
All right. Well, yeah, you head back to, I believe it was West Soleso.
Yeah, it was Wessalasa.
I don't have the right card ready to go for this one.
It's fine.
It's fine. At least this time it won't be on fire.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the city's doing significantly better than last time, sure.
I mean, it's pretty easy to do better than on fire and full of zombies, but yes. But yes, you have your collection. My collection is less private, apparently.
Apparently. Yeah. All right, so you show around your items. Significant number of them have stories, although there are, in your sense, they aren't like single objects per story, but like small collections for places you've been.
Let me tell you about the sweet prayer wheel I got just before overcoming deep-seated trauma.
And yeah, she is definitely impressed, and she mentions that well, the reason my collection is so small is I've got to carry it with me. You're lucky you're still have your parents to hold your things for you. while
Really
you traipse
really quite impressive that Lily's parents are still alive, considering how old Lily is.
And she's in her 20s.
Oh, I thought she was older than that.
No, she's in her like
Also, the-
mid-20s.
Yeah, also goblins reach maturity faster as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, it's well. To be fair, it wasn't initially meant to be a private collection. It's more like things you send back to your parents. Because I'm on good terms with them, unlike everybody else in my group.
Hey, I'm on good term with my parent.
With your dad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. My parent.
There was a bit of a struggle there for a while, though.
True. They eventually
Fucking
got over their.
misunderstanding.
They eventually got over their daddy issues.
Yeah, I think part of it was a misunderstanding, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, with Lily, her advantage is she never had to get through. It's just
My parents have been lovely. Fucking love my dad.
Your dad rules, by the way.
He does. It's weird. Why was he cool?
But yeah, she admits, you see, my own parents, well, they didn't have these. Points up to her horns. And the fact that I did, after growing up, was a bit of a shock to everyone.
I mean, look, they're fucking cowards. Those horns are cool as hell.
And I certainly don't regret leaving them. I've seen many a strange thing, far stranger than myself, out in the stars. Spheres.
I mean, I've seen dead gods. I can attest to that.
Hey. Well, if you're amenable, love to see what the plains have to offer. That's one frontier I never did have a chance to see.
I mean, okay, I'd say you're not missing out, but I couldn't stop you anyway, even if I wanted to. So, I mean, I guess I've been to all of them, so I could take you around sometime. Sure. Yeah, sure. Some other time. We can visit the plains together, I guess. Just Lily at this point looking down at her feet, unsure of what to say.
Well, I'm certain that would be a fine adventure.
I guess. Yeah, it would be. Oh, unfortunately, I still have shit to do. So that would need to wait for another time, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. You know, your horns are very pretty.
Aye, lass. I know.
I'm glad she has more self-confidence about her horns than the last time we spoke.
She may have been joking.
True, but I'm going to pretend she was.
Lily's gonna just curl up into a ball right now and die. Look, I'm not good at these things.
Well, you seem to be doing a fine job of it right now.
You ever think in your head over and over again, like, man, it'd be great if I did this, or it'd be awesome, and then in the moment your brain just shits the bed. Yeah. Look, I'm not used to these sorts of things. I'm not used to constructively channeling my emotions.
Well, how about this? And remember, I'd never do anything to you that you didn't agree to beforehand. And she leans in for a kiss.
Oh my god, Lily is just immediately swept off her feet.
Literally and figuratively.
She's tiny, it's true. Just immediately after, Lily starts twiddling with her thumbs. As red in the face as a goblin can get, and just stammering, not knowing what to say.
Corindra gives her hips an extra sway as she leaves. You turn around, you see your dad, thumbs up.
Just immediately just whip around and stare daggers at him.
He just gives you more thumbs up. He just gets them harder.
You see him laughing, see him turn around, hear him shout, "Hey, wife! Guess
my God.
what?"
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. Yeah, maybe I was wrong about the daddy issue, so I'll never kill you.
Just saying, you might want to get out of there quick.
It's Lily's fucking leaving immediately. She's not. Dad is bad enough. Last thing she needs is Thirstmaster Supreme getting on her case. So yeah, Lily's gonna say her farewells to Karindra. Not tonight, but say goodbye to Karindra.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell her to keep in touch. You know where to find me somehow.
All right.
Still know what's up with that. But yes. So that's it for me.
All right, that brings us back to Viana here.
Oh boy, Viana. I love
Hooray.
that place. All my homies love Viana.
So, that brings us to Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Something kind of funny happens to Lake during this downtime, which is that what? which is that Padaris, Astra, and Stolas come to visit you out of nowhere.
Oh. Hi.
And the day after that, your grandfather Serial shows up, your uncle Motru, and the day after that, Aunt Koga shows up.
Okay.
Just for this impromptu family reunion.
Okay, this is weird. Did somebody die? I don't know if, like... I'm not used to this. I'm not used to people coming to visit me. Did somebody die?
Well, nobody died, but, well, I just got this feeling that now would be a good time to come visit you, son. The others just sort of nod their head, going, yeah, got that feeling too.
Okay. I don't mind. It's nice. Weird, I'm not used to having, you know, people who actively look out and care for me on this sort of emotional level. And I'm certainly not used to that happening all at once in the same place at the same time. But I'm still glad that it's happening.
Mm-hmm. And you do hear what they've been up to as well. Padaris, Astra, and Stolas are still in the capital, still fighting corruption from the ground up. Astra mentions that she's actually met someone recently. Someone that Coriel approves of.
Oh yeah.
He's a cobbler, lives fairly modest life, but he's kind. He's always honest with his customers, and he's compassionate and has helped out at the soup kitchen more than once.
He sounds great, actually. Sounds like good people. I'm glad you met him.
And for his part, Serial has been going around as an undercover adventurer to all of the various guild headquarters in Okar, just to check out what they're doing, make sure that the guild masters aren't manipulating adventurers in order to turn the adventurers into a private army, essentially.
Well, you also gotta watch out for when they like send adventurers that they don't like to like way higher level than their pay grade and try and kill them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In general, trying to prevent that sort of thing from happening again.
Not that I'm speaking from experience here or anything. Sure, I've told them that story.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You never stop.
If anything, that was why Serial is
doing it.
Focusing on adventurer guild masters.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
And Motru has gotten himself basically attached. Well, he's actually gone back to the Empress and gotten himself assigned as an ambassador at large. And so his job is to visit the various archdukes, who are the layer of nobility immediately below the Empress. And basically what he does is he finds out what they're up to, if he can, and keep the Empress appraised to all of the various backstabbing, backroom deals, machinations of various sorts. And it is a significant job, since an archduke has the kind of weight and territory that a king would have outside of the empire.
Ooh, that is a lot of responsibility, but
Yep.
But
And
I'm not the one who's doing it.
And unlike the imperial throne itself, duchies are passed on through family lines.
Okay. Well, I tell them about my recent adventures in Limbo, and then we'll also proceed to just, kind of casually drop that I'm going to Mount Celestia next.
The Padaris and Stolas look at each other. Padaris, I think that might be why we're here.
Yes. I'm
I
not gonna
think,
lie, that's probably crossed my mind.
I think Coriel might know that you're heading his way. And maybe wanted you in the right frame of mind. Or maybe there's advice we could give you, since you no longer have that connection with him anymore.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And Serial steps in for this part and says, well, of course, none of us have ever been to Mount Celestia or outside of the Empire of Okar until now. So there's not too much we can tell you about the plane itself, but if what you need to understand are family values, then always remember to give charity to those in need, to maintain diligence in the face of hardship, to show kindness.
You cut out there after to show.
To show kindness to those who deserve it and to those who don't. To practice temperance in all things. To remember justice above revenge and personal grudges. And to practice prudence.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I'm certain.
Good.
And I'm certain that if you can fulfill these roles, practice these virtues, you'll get where you need to go. Maybe not in life, but certainly in Mount Celestia.
That's the important thing right now, is Mount Celestia.
Also, you didn't let me finish earlier. Kolga is also doing something.
Oh, okay.
She has been traveling with Uncle Motru, and but she has been focusing on minority populations, seeing how well they're treated, making sure that they aren't being abused or exploited, and doing what she can to empower them or to defend them when needed.
Can't let goblin labor go unpaid.
Exactly.
So I'll look at Padaris and I'll say, so I have it on good authority that Mom's up there waiting to meet me. Is there anything you want me to tell her for you?
Tell her that I have never stopped loving her. And that while I have much to do here still, I await the time when we will finally reunite.
I'm writing this down, actually. I look forward to what?
The time when we may finally reunite.
God, I hope she hasn't met anyone new in heaven.
That'll be awkward.
All right. Yeah, like nods and goes, "Yeah, I'll be sure to tell her that."
Happily married with a new family and kid over in a different city over in heaven.
Yeah.
I too read Order of the Stick.
See, I wasn't thinking of Order of the Stick, but okay.
Yeah. Well, at least in this version of cosmology, who you are sort of cements in place when you die. And so part of the reason to want to be alive again is to give yourself the chance to both change yourself and change the universe around you.
Yeah.
Sort of lose that option after you die, even though the spirit lives on. But yeah, aside from that, you're sharing stories, talking about how your lives have been going in the years since you met.
Yeah.
Literal years.
Literal years. I haven't met them since like before we went into space. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's that. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Not really. Although I will say that the next time Aurelia sees Lilly, she is going to wink at her.
Lilly looks at you confused.
She'll figure it out. Alternatively, Aurelia will not be able to resist and will just say, "So, how did your date go?"
I think you might want to resist if you don't want to die.
I can take Lily.
Lily would just
Well,
wait until you're
Yeah,
not
while you're
waiting.
asleep, you can't.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think Lily would kill Aurelia. Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, by now I think my clone is done, so you can't kill me anyway, sucker.
Ding.
All right. Anyway, but yes,
Um,
Aurelia will let Lily know that she was the one who set things up, because Aurelia can't resist taking credit.
All right, Lily, your rebuttal.
I'll remember this. Don't you worry.
It's
I
like a
mean-
fucking Telltale game.
Yeah, because I did you a favor.
No, that's not how this works.
You
I told her-
literally said it was okay.
Yes, but this was behind my back.
Well, she that was her idea. She wanted to surprise you. She didn't want it to, feel like it was just set up. Besides, you might not have gone for it this way. Or that way.
Uh-huh.
This way, I'm sure, look, I know you're not going to want to share the details. That's fine. But, just I hope you had a good time.
Lily doesn't say anything and just leaves.
All right. Aurelia will leave well enough alone now.
Lily's not going to give you that satisfaction.
Oh, Aurelia is completely satisfied with herself. She does not need anyone else to give her satisfaction. She knows.
After
She
the 6
knows
months
Lily
are,
appreciates it.
after the 6 months are up, you basically call on Lorum again. Bring him to the city, and yeah, he sits down. Harvey's in the room. Lorum is leading this conversation, and he says, "Okay, so I'm not sure if I will be able to come with you this time, but I have done some research on Mount Celestia. I have some useful information that should assist you in my absence. First of all, from what I understand, there is only one way to reach the heights of Mount Celestia, and that is to be worthy of ascending. Quite simply, if you climb up the slopes of the mountains of one layer, you will never reach the top or the next layer unless you have somehow, metaphysically, I presume, proven that you deserve access. Now, I will say that there is one advantage for adventurers in general, which is that when you are in a group, only one person needs to prove themselves worthy for the rest to accompany them.
Sounds like a weird loophole, but okay.
Okay, so Lily's not completely fucked.
Well, from what I understand, Mount Celestia is fairly forgiving to those who climb its slopes with good intentions.
I guess saving
Alright.
time is a good enough intention.
Indeed, yes.
It means to an end, but I'm sure they'll accept it, I guess.
Yes, well, like I've said, they've accepted more for less in the past.
Man, they're easy, aren't they?
I really couldn't say. There's one thing I can say, which is that you will very likely not need to reach the 7th layer. Because no one has ever returned from the 7th layer aside from its protector, a celestial being known as Zafkiel. It's the only known being of any sort who has ascended through the mountain to the top and come back down.
So there's
As
something
such,
shady going on up there, is what you're saying.
It's
As
heaven.
far-
No.
as far as anyone knows, there is everything and nothing up there. The leading theory is quite simply that to ascend to the top of Mount Celestia is to become one with the plane itself.
That sounds terrible.
Goes on to become part of the arguably the highest good that exists outside of that exists within the outer planes.
Still sounds shit.
Well, I also hear that petitioners, those who are dead and within the outer planes, do, in general, tend to eventually become one with the plane. It's sort of a process that can take centuries in some cases, but it is the inevitable end. Honestly,
No.
I'm not sure how I think about it either.
Sounds weird, but okay.
Regardless, you will likely need my services to get to Mount Celestia. I've had a fork made. I'll be able to get you into Lunia, the lowest of the layers. And I
you're
believe I will be
God-
remaining there for the time being.
Coward that you are. And I'm surprised at how gung-ho you are about this.
Gung-ho?
Well, you went out of your way to get a fucking me, you know.
Oh, well, seemed like the logical thing to do. I've honestly been making quite a fortune off of my recent writings.
Ah, I see. And I'm sure it's incredibly dry, all of it.
Well, the people who buy the copies seem to like it.
It's not answering my question, but okay.
All right, stop teasing Lauren.
Please, Lily, he is our friend. Stop bullying our friend.
And needless to say, I'm not going to be joining you either. As we've discussed before, the ocean surrounding the lowest layer of heaven, the ocean that every person visiting that place falls into, is entirely made up of holy water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't jive too well with you.
Well, we'll bring you back a souvenir. It won't be holy water. That would be a really bad prank.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
condone that sort of
any
thing.
souvenir we bring back for him will potentially hurt
No.
and kill him.
No.
The entire plane is made out of whatever.
The entire plane is not made of holy water. It's specifically the holy water that's the problem. It's not the whole plane, it's the holy
plane
water.
itself does not automatically murder the undead, aside from the one that does.
I'm sorry, there's a plane that automatically murders the undead?
Out of character, the positive energy plane.
Sounds like a great
Now,
place.
the one layer of the Mount Celestia has a sky that radiates with light that automatically burns all undead, even those who manage to get out of the water fast enough.
All right. Well, in any case, have a good time back here.
Sure. And don't bother getting any mementos for me either. I'm not the type of person who collects.
Yes. Also, Harvey is kind of a joyless person, but he's fine.
I imagine he enjoys life in his own ways.
Yeah.
Just not the same way we do.
He's got his reasons to continue existing. Having fun just isn't one of them.
It's more of a vampire thing.
Look, it's about having hobbies.
I had fun once. It was terrible.
What matters is having a rich inner life.
All right. So, anything you guys want to prepare before you make the trip?
Can't really think of anything in particular.
I can't think of anything either.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right then. So before the day is over, you collect your traveling gear, and Lorm pulls out the fork, taps it, casts the spell. Before you even realize it, you are standing in the surf on a moonless but bright starry night as colorful waves of light, like the aurora borealis, radiate out from the edges of mountaintops that you can see rising up out of the surf in the distance. More immediately nearby, you see ocean waves crashing against the shore. You see monuments half sunken in the water, buildings rising in the distance, lights coming out of their doors and windows. References being made in the chat.
All right. Well, I mean, we've been here before, but it's still an impressive sight. Made slightly worse by the fact that we're getting wet, but
I mean, at least this time, an angel isn't immediately rushing over to us to help us, to ask us for help for... I don't even remember what the angel asked us to help.
I don't know. We've only been here for a couple minutes, dude. Let's not.
We were only here for a couple minutes the last time, and the angel was like, "Oh, thank God, people!"
It happens after like an hour this time. It's not exactly going to be that much better.
Yeah, we were greeted by a sword angel.
The Modron March was stomping through Heart's Mercy or whatever it was
right.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to save the 5-story orphanage.
The 5-story orphanage.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe you didn't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, our good buddy, the sword angel. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Let's get out of the water and figure out who we can speak to. I mean, the nice thing here is, everybody's lawful and good, so you can generally depend on anyone we meet to be helpful.
They're all boring as shit.
Well, as you climb out of the water, you notice that one of the lights is actually not in the distance. It's actually much closer. And it's just sort of bobbing around.
An Archon.
Roughly chest height.
Greetings.
And
sorry.
Yeah, actually, you can make an Arcana or Religion check.
Okay.
In order to identify this.
I'm sure that this is a thing that's alive, so I'm going to talk to it.
All right. Yeah, both of you can figure this out. It's not hard. This is a Lantern Archon, the lowest order of Archons, and the kind that every petitioner who is not claimed by a specific god becomes when entering Mount Celestia.
didn't we
Yeah,
encounter
we ran into one of these guys
them before?
Yeah.
So I think we would all know this, to be fair.
Possibly, but let's just say this is a refresher.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And you may not have remembered, you may not have thought of it at the time, but they are in fact very common and represent the petitioners of Mount Celestia who have not ranks of the Archons yet. And as you go up and introduce yourself, Aurelia, the Archon just sort of moves around you, and a female voice says, "Lake, that is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
How you've grown, my child."
Oh, well, that was quick.
Yeah, that was very quick, actually.
Wow. Fucking
I was expecting at least another session or two.
BRB folks gonna speedrun a family reunion.
Lake goes, "God, Mom."
It's me.
Lake is visibly holding back tears and then visibly not holding back tears after not too long.
I'm sorry, my child. I have no body for you.
Nice.
I can fix that if you want.
Don't.
Well, I mean, I can if you'd like to have a body. I could turn you into like a human or whatever for a bit.
No.
Okay.
I will have a form when I have earned it.
I was shown why you didn't come back, and it was hard watching it, but probably would have done this. I would have probably done the same thing.
I'm so sorry, Lake. I wish I could have been stronger for you.
In a way, you not being stronger for me has set me on this path that has led me to hoping to save everything. It hurt a lot to lose you and not even know it, but at the same time, it set something in motion greater than either of us ever knew.
The gods do work in mysterious ways.
Tell you that for a fact.
However, in this case, the gods were quite direct. Interia herself knows of your quest, and she sent me to be your guide, at least here in Lunia. I have not yet earned the right to go higher than this, but I can show you around the place, tell you of the paths that could take you higher.
Yeah, I'd like that.
And of course, I would love to hear any and all of the stories you can share.
If you had ears, I would talk them off.
All right. So just to put this in a bit of fast forward mode, she takes you to an inn at a relatively small but welcoming town nearby. A place with enough rooms for everybody. Spend some personal time with Lake. But once you assemble together again, she mentions that there are 6 recognized paths that petitioners and visitors alike use in order to climb the slopes of Mount Celestia. Now, much like the paths of the mountain, the paths you choose are metaphysical rather than geographical. Of course, not all of you need to choose the same path, but from what I hear, choosing one can strengthen you for the challenges ahead. And as visitors, you also have the option of changing your path between layers. We petitioners, once we choose one, generally stick with it until the end. First is the path of Valor. It is a path that sets thoughts and meditations aside and simply says that performing good deeds is all you really need in order to be a good person. But
All right. I like
in
this
order
one
to-
so far.
In order to stay on this path, you need to perform good deeds at least once per day. In addition, from what I hear, those who follow the path of Valor seldom get all the way to the top of Mount Celestia. There's a certain limit that good deeds alone cannot surpass.
Well, getting awfully close to the sort of thing schisms are fought over, but continue.
The opposite path would probably be the path of Gnosis. This is the path of thought, of learning, of practicing rituals, of believing in faith. And not necessarily performing any deeds at all. As such, it's also somewhat limited. I don't believe the path of fourth layer.
Yeah, sounds bad.
Then there is the path of renunciation. It is the path of determining that all others are more important than the self, of the sublimation of the self. It is defined by giving charity to those in need, of dedicating your own body and self to poverty, and mortifying the flesh. This can include flagellation, fasting, near-death experiences, that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. That one's not going to work on. What's the next one?
I don't know, we all did almost die when the ship exploded.
Not quite the same thing.
No. Oh, no. But still.
Well, then
I didn't
there's
almost die. I was great.
Then there's the path of mystic union. This is similar to Gnosis, but more comprehensive. instead of relying on the thoughts and rituals of the past, it is focusing on yourself, keeping the body and mind clean, emptying yourself of random thoughts, delving deep into meditation, using fasting in order to give yourself visions of other worlds and places.
So hallucinate from lack of nutrition. Okay.
I
Well,
know about that.
I do like focusing on myself. That is
That is
Uh,
incredibly true.
See,
I don't
the
think
problem
a
is I
less-
dislike not eating.
I don't think a less
yeah,
true statement
that
has
part
ever
doesn't
been
sound
said.
right.
Well, then there's the path of 5 virtues. Virtues being honesty, charity, hope, moderation, and tolerance.
Okay.
It's really
Okay.
self-explanatory, that one.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
Yeah.
And then there's the Eightfold Path.
Wait.
Yes. I'm
God
getting
damn it.
this. I'm getting this from the original material. I have not inserted this myself.
Okay.
Of course. Okay.
Is this actually going to be the Eightfold Path, or are they just
Kind
calling
of
it that?
break out the prayer wheel.
It is a path that demands pacifism, courage, joy, discipline, patience, generosity, kindness, and the mentorship of others.
God, I'm
Okay, I'm
fucked.
pretty sure that's different from the Buddhist one, but
I'm supremely fucked.
And there is one other thing you must know.
Yes.
When you swear yourself to a path, you must declare yourself before a power of law and goodness to act as your witness and guide.
Okay. Well,
Aw.
I mean,
I wonder who we could get that. I wonder who.
You've actually got several options.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like there are Lake and Aurelia both have kind of obvious options. Lily maybe less so. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, is the
later,
Kieran
guys.
lawful good, or is it
It
neutral?
is, but it is not a power. It is not a god.
Oh, okay. I wasn't clear that it had to actually be a god.
Okay, I was 100% just thinking
No,
like
I was thinking like any mystical being. Okay, fair
in
enough.
Planescape terms, God is anyone with a divine. A power is anything with a divine rank. Or
Okay.
it can also include stuff like demon princes and devil lords.
Right.
Which is why it is powers and not just God.
but not
Right.
Solars, I guess.
No. If there's
Damn it.
more than one of something, then no.
All right. Well, Aurelia obviously not a huge fan of gods, but I think the choices would be pretty obvious. I mean, she does already have a deal with one, so
Yeah. And again, choosing a path is a very personal option, and you do not have to swear it, but you will get a mechanical benefit from doing so.
okay. Well,
And let me just say, without saying too much, that there's a reason there are 6 of them.
okay. Well, I mean, several of them are just really not on the table. I feel the most promising. Well, I guess the last two seemed kind of similar. Are there any like in that they were just each sort of a list of things to focus on? Like,
Yeah.
is there a big difference in how they play out? I've already kind of forgotten what the the two lists were, to be honest.
I'm typing them out because I knew you would.
Fair enough.
I was spelling Gnosis wrong here.
Nope, Greek Gnosis.
Oh,
Gnostic
Wait,
religion.
how else would you spell it?
I was spelling it phonetically.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's okay. Bobbin spelled Valor wrong. So. Or wait. I'm second guessing myself. Is Valor? Yeah, Valor is spelled with a U if you're
If you're not American.
If you're not American.
Yeah.
Okay. For a second, I was second guessing myself, but yes, no.
You're
I
just in the
spelled it
call.
right.
You're just in the call with 3 Americans. That's all.
I know. I wasn't actually intending to call Bobbin out as spelling it wrong. I knew that was the American spelling. I just wanted to make a joke.
And then they're like, "Oh God!"
And then I suddenly second guessed myself because I was like, "Wait, Valor is one of those words, right? That's spelled with a U." Because, yeah. Anyway, all right. So Valor. I mean, it seemed like Valor and Gnosis are both not optimal.
Yeah.
They are easy, but they don't get you as far
Right.
because they are easy.
Mystic Union was
It's basically Gnosis, but about the self.
Yeah.
Right.
Think Buddhist monastery, Tibetan
Mhm.
Buddhist monastery.
Yeah, so that's a little better, but not still not quite Aurelia's speed. Renunciation is definitely not something she is interested in.
Oh,
So
what?
I feel like for her the choice is
Straight up.
between 5 virtues and Eightfold Path.
Yeah, renunciation is straight up like mendicant monk.
Yeah, that's basically like the opposite of Aurelia's like conception of goodness. So it really does not work for her.
Really, most adventurers, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for the ones who
espe-
take like the fucking vow of poverty in
But
3.5.
especially an adventurer who is also a reigning noble.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 5 virtues and Eightfold Path, I feel like are the most promising ones for her.
Yeah, 5 virtues is, I think, sort of the Western Knight virtues,
Okay.
and Eightfold Path is obviously Buddhist.
Well, except the things listed weren't actually like the. I mean, well, I guess inspired by, maybe not. It's not exactly the Eightfold Path. Yeah, so I guess 5 virtues would probably be closer to Aurelia's kind of deal.
Yeah, I was thinking 5 virtues as well.
All right, Lily, you in for any of this?
I'm just gonna sit this adventure out. Y'all
You know-
have fun without me. I'm gonna hang with Lorem.
Maybe. Wow, if Lily's gonna hang with Laura,
Wow.
you know.
Wow. You know Lily's not into it if she wants to hang out with Lorem, like, willingly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I want to go with 5 virtues. Although, if you wouldn't mind copy pasting what the 5 virtues
Yes,
and what the
please.
8 things are, I would. I'd appreciate that just to. Honesty, charity, hope, moderation, tolerance. Right? And then... Yeah, pacifism is kind of the problem there. Aurelia is really not a pacifist.
It's going to be easier to hold to in Mount Celestia, I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
I suppose that is true.
And in addition, the bonuses you get for swearing to a path apply only in Mount Celestia.
Okay, well, that's lame. But I assume they give different bonuses, but that you're not going to tell us what those are, which is fair. I wouldn't really want you to tell us.
Yeah, it's not the sort of thing you would know in advance.
Yeah,
Although
I'm leaning
some-
towards 5 virtues.
All right. Be sure to name a patron deity to swear to.
It's gonna be
Trying to
Onos
look
for me.
in the player's handbook because I don't remember the lawful good deities off the top of my head.
It wouldn't be the ones in the player's handbook.
Oh yeah, fuck. What's a lawful good deity that I can swear to?
I mean, there's Onos. I mean, he's fine.
Lord Onos is lawful good, as is Enteria, the first empress of the Empire of Okar.
You put me in a bit of a pickle because on the one hand, I don't want to have to do the same. I don't want to have to completely copy Aurelia, but at the same time, fuck Okar? Like, I'm actively trying to change Okar because Okar sucks?
Well, but I mean, is that necessarily Interia's fault?
Yeah, do you want to destroy the Empire entirely, or do you just want to change it for the better?
I just
That
want
is
to change
kind
it
of
for
an
the better,
important-
so I'll go with Antaria.
Yeah, that is an important distinction to make here, because like all of your family,
Cut out there.
well, all of your family is working within the system in order to remove corruption from it.
Right, and I like basically Lake's one of those people who thinks like, you know, the country can be better. It's like he can potentially change it to be better. It doesn't need to be destroyed, but it definitely needs to be changed.
Yeah, and the reason I mention that is because all of them are loyal followers of Interia, even after they left the church grounds themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So
and,
I'll
and you're
swear.
not, and you're not worshiping her. You're just
Yeah, true. I'm just swearing. Like,
So
yeah, I'll go with Antaria.
All right, I want to think a little more. I'm thinking about trying the Eightfold Path, but I'm not sure if there's a good justification for choosing that over 5 virtues. But I think it might be interesting. I don't know in character though.
Well, I will say that if nothing else, Lord Onos is definitely more Buddhist flavored.
Yeah, that I was actually gonna. Sorry, I was gonna ask that. Yeah, would he like be more into the Eightfold Path thing? I don't, not that I'm trying to please him, Baka. But you know, maybe it's you know, Aurelia is sort of using, trying to reintroduce him to Viana and sort of using that to her advantage. So it might be interesting to try out. You know, yeah, let's do it. Aurelia's going to choose the Eightfold Path.
Okay.
And, well, you know, using spells that don't actually cause damage is technically pacifism, right?
Yeah, you are resolving conflict without resorting to violence.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
And incidentally, you have chosen wisely. Because
Nice.
the Path of 5 Virtues gives you a +2 bonus to your strength score for as long as you are within the environs of Mount Celestia. This can go above 20.
Cool.
But it's temporary.
I'm working at a 23 now.
Whereas the Eightfold Path gives you a +2 bonus to charisma.
Yes. Oh boy. Okay.
Thanks to magic shenanigans, I am now currently stronger than I am charismatic.
Are you though? I wouldn't, because the belt sets your strength at 21. I don't think you can get a bonus to it unless this works differently from a normal bonus.
I would allow this bonus to stack because it is temporary and it is mystical.
Fair enough.
And
I mean, it
seems
would
like-
kind of suck if Lake didn't get any benefit from it, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's kind of like beyond divine here, because this is something that even the gods themselves could not stop you from getting,
All right.
short of just slaughtering you on the spot. But
So
a lot of things can
basically,
do that.
I just need to convince someone to let me keep this outside of Mount Celestia.
You
Nope.
already got your bill.
Yeah, I did. All right.
Anyway, once you have marked that down, that will be the end of today's session. The actual trials of Mount Celestia begin next time.
All right.
Is Lily legit sitting this one out?
No, she doesn't have to sit it out. She just can just not choose a path and just accompany us.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Right? That was an option, right?
Oh yeah. Like I said, the paths provide a benefit so long as you can stick with them.
I'm perfectly content with that benefits.
Mhm.
So, Lily,
I
who do you want
refuse to deny who I am.
So, Lily,
I
who do you
will
want to?
say-
Go ahead.
I will say, Lily, that the path of valor, the easiest one for someone of your temperament to get, is the one that gives you dexterity bonus.
I figured as much after you started listing the bonuses, but also it's doing good
Oh,
deeds.
that's why you said there was a reason there were 6. God, sorry. I did not figure that out.
Like Gnosis and Valor, or not Valor, but Gnosis and Mystic Union are kind of the most obvious ones, like intelligence and wisdom. Renunciation, that's hard on your body. That's a Constitution
Yeah.
one.
Mystic Union, I guess, is wisdom.
I'm actually interested to see what Grunash picks, because I feel like he could justify a lot more of them than
Yeah,
most of us.
Yeah.
With the whole monk deal.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But Lily, who are you? Who's going to be your travel buddy? Aurelia or Lake?
Figured we were all going as a group.
Aren't we
Oh,
all
really?
going together? Like
Yeah.
the paths
Okay.
aren't
I told
literal,
you,
they're
the-
metaphorical.
fair.
The paths are metaphysical.
Fair enough. Yes.
So that means you are traveling internal paths that are different. It's one path. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
Alright.
yeah. Nobody tell.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, I wasn't going to tell.
Nobody tell TMOs
My little secret.
which ones are which.
All right, well, that was fun. I am very happy I finally got to set Lily up on a date. That was the highlight of the session for me.
I'm just surprised, like, immediately we ran into Lake's mom. Like, that was fucking wild. I thought it would be at least another session.
I said
No.
speed running a family reunion.
All right, see you guys next week.
She is a relatively recent arrival in Mount Celestia,
True, yeah.
so she would be in the area.
She's only been here for like 30 years.
You're not 30 years old, are you?
Oh yeah, like Lake is 35 at this point.
So it would be almost 3 decades by this point.
Yeah.
Dang, you guys have been adventuring for a while.
Yeah. I started this adventure at like 28 or something like that.
Can't believe Lake
I
was
s-
old when the world was young.
I started playing this character younger than I was in real life, and now I am playing this character older than I am in real life.
Oh yeah. By the way, I've just hit 40,000 words on my novel today.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
nice.